What's up, everyone? It's your girl. I am Kaya, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're talking Love Island Season 7, Episode 24. Not gonna lie, y'all, the episode was really good. It was giving us drama. This is what I was talking about. Like, this whole Friendship Island shit had to come to an end. Like, I need y'all to give me a show because y'all was losing me. But yeah, really, really good episode, y'all. I'm so ready for movie night because we got a lot to talk about. But before we get into all that, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Again, continue show love to my Love Island videos. Again, I'm gonna be here all season long. So you're gonna be stuck with me. But enough of all that. Let's go ahead and get into this episode because there's a lot. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into the episode. So the episode starts off like how it ended. They just did the recoupling and the Casa people that went home. So then we have Shelly, Sierra, and Alandria. They're talking. And then Alandria, they're just talking about, what just went down because Taylor picked Clark and he didn't pick Alandria. And then Alandria brings up, how it was like not it was like she was disappointed, but she was not surprised for it. And then she says, how he spent like 3 4 days with her and how is he already ready to switch up. And then Landra brings up, she said, he had a five talking to Sierra, she said he had a 5 minute conversation with you when he stood up for you. And I was like, damn, that did happen. That's how so much shit done went on. Even though it's been 4 weeks, a lot has happened that I don't forgot about that. That happened on what, episode 3, episode 2. We on episode 24. Like, damn. And then Shelly says, at this point, fuck that man. I think we all saying that. It's fuck Taylor at this point. Then Alandra says she wants to close this chapter with her and Taylor. I really want to hope that she is serious, and I hope a couple episodes from now her and Taylor ain't like trying to find their way back to each other. Because if they are, I'm gonna be pissed the fuck off. But she does say she wants to close it off with Taylor, but she doesn't really know who else to explore. She honestly, she got options in there. Like, she can talk to one of the Casa boys. I know her and Elan are the two singles, but let's just be honest, like, Brian and Zach and Chris, like, she can go and talk to one of them, and because she really didn't like run. And remember, in Casa, she really didn't get a chance to explore nobody because she was thinking about Taylor. So she can honestly go ahead and do that. And honestly, right now, Brian, he still wants to explore, so maybe she can go ahead and jump on that. Then Alandria tells Sierra, like, they're talking about, when she got brought back into the house where she had to couple up with Nick. She did tell Sierra about the kiss. And there was this little pause, and then we see Shelly's face, and I was like, oh shit, it's Sierra. I really thought Sierra was going to go off. I thought it. Then she says there was no spark, and they decided they just stay friends. And then she says, how afterwards, how what she said, she says that she felt bad after the kiss, and she, even though they were coupled up, she just wanted to see if there's a chance that something was there, and nothing was not. Surprisingly, Sierra was not upset. I'm like, she's too calm. So that's why I was scared, because she was literally too calm when Alandra was told her about this kiss. And she says, I'm not upset. And she says she honestly rathered it be Alandria that he kissed Nick instead of one of the other Costa girls. And she says, you know what, y'all were in a couple. If y'all wanted to explore to see if there was something there, like, go for it. But she's not upset. She handled that really maturely. I was expecting a big ass crash out, but I didn't get it. And then Alandra says, after she had kissed Nick, she had this huge, huge weight on her, and she just wanted to go ahead and get it off. So she, like, I already called this. Like, people said, oh no, they're gonna wait to show the kiss during movie night, which they probably still will. I don't know. I think they're gonna still show it, but I think people thought they were gonna show it to movie night because nobody was gonna tell her. I just knew for a fact that Alandra was not gonna keep this a secret. I knew she was gonna tell Sierra because she's too much of a woman to keep that bottled up. So I already knew this was gonna happen. And I said they have to tell her tonight. They can't be waiting to the next day or the day after that or the day after that. Her and Nick had to tell Sierra tonight, and I appreciate they were. And I appreciate, how mature Sierra did take it, because I was really worried that her and Landry was about to get into it. And I love both of them down, and I didn't want them going at it. So I love this. Then we jump over to Taylor and Clark. He says some shit like, I don't want two girls liking me in this villa anymore. Like, I don't understand how Taylor got one person in this villa. Like, oh my God. And he says that, he was trying to listen to his head. His head was saying Alandra, but he really had to listen to his heart, and his heart was saying Clark. Your heart was saying Clark. Okay. And he says he just doesn't want to see Alandra hurt, but he really wants to be with Clark. If you didn't want to see her hurt, you should have been up from her from the jump. And I can't stress that enough. So then we have Ace and Shelly are talking, and she's they're talking about, because Chris is now in the house. And she says that him and Chris are similar. And I'm like, how are they similar? I still don't see it. And Shelly says that she still wants to explore Chris. Okay, so she's not completely written off, because I was worried that she just gave up on Chris and she wanted to stay with Ace. But this episode, you can tell that I feel like she wants Chris, because she said, listen, Chris is a man. Chris is a man. I'm not saying Ace is not, but Chris is a man. And she said she would be an absolute fool, but not still exploring that. But honestly, I can say this now. I was gonna say it later. Honestly, right now we're going into week 4, and if my calculations are right, we have like a week and a half, 2 weeks left. Ace and Shelly, Sierra and Nick, they need to go ahead and close it off. Like, there should be no more exploring, no more Dora the Exploring right now. Both of y'all couples need to go ahead and lock it in. It's everyone else that don't need to be locked in at this point. I don't know what y'all waiting for, but we'll see if that happens. It has to happen by this week. If it doesn't happen by this week, there's no hope. I don't know who's gonna win. So then we jump over to Sierra and Nick talking. And then, she does ask him, well, what happened? Like, why weren't you picked? Because she's used to the bombshells coming in here saying that they want Nick. And like, she's not wrong. Like, almost every girl bombshell that came in here said they either wanted Nick or they wanted Jeremiah. And so she was shocked. And I was kind of shocked that none of the white girls wanted him. Because I thought, okay, they got white girls, they're blonde, they're going to go after Nick. Nope, that wasn't the case. So Nick is not like the big hot commodity we think he is. Or maybe they just they've seen him on TV and they like, listen, no, we don't want that. And then he does tell her about him and Jaden, how he had a talk with Jaden. He says that there was really no like romantic spark there, but he was kind of hoping like their conversations that she would pick him, and no one stood up for him, so he was going home. He tells Sierra about what happened when he thought he was going home, and how when the Jeep came up or whatever that was, when Alandra came in, he didn't know what was going on. And then he does tell her about the kiss, because I really thought Sierra was going to say, because Sierra kind of wanted him to tell her and not have Alandra, not her knowing that Alandra told her first. She wanted to see if he was going to tell her, so she didn't be like, okay, are you going to tell me about the kiss? Like, what's going on? And he does, which good for you, Nick, because last time he didn't tell about that kiss he had with Bella. So he tells her about the kiss, and he says there was nothing romantic, like Alandra said earlier. He says that he was happy that Sierra took it well, because he says that he was like shaking and all that kind of stuff. He was worried that she was going to go off on him and she was going to yell and scream and leave him. That's why. But he was happy that she took it really well. Then he asked her about Elon, because now Elon is in the house, and Elon really likes Sierra. He asked her, like, what was going down with them in Casa. She says that they did get along great, but she didn't feel the sparks between them. I kind of felt some sparks, but I think Sierra was still thinking about Nick in the back of her head, which that's the same shit Shelly was doing. That's the same shit Alandra was doing. She says that when she's around Nick, she gets butterflies, which we can tell because the way she looks at him. And she says something along the lines of she didn't want to like be physical with Elon and jump his bones. Then Nick out of a sudden says, "Do you want to jump my bones?" And she says, "Yes, all of them." Why did I feel some things, y'all? I felt some things in my area. Just saying, because that kind of got me a little hot, and not in the bad way. It got me hot in the good way. She tells him, Sierra tells him about what she would want outside of the villa if they would take this series outside of the villa. And then he says something like he doesn't want to test their connection anymore. So I'm thinking like, okay, are they going to sit here and say that they're going to be officially closed off? No, they didn't say that. And I was like, okay, again, just like with Ace and Shelly, like, what the fuck are y'all waiting for? Like, it's obvious right now because of how Sierra reacted when you came back here. It's like she's all for you, and it seems like you're all for her. Same thing with Ace. I mean, he's all for Shelly, and Shelly is semi all for him. What is taking y'all so long? But yeah, they end that off and they kiss at the dock. Iris and TJ talking. I really don't care, but I just want to. They just say he talks about what happened in Casa, what happened with him, how he almost went home, and he said after he talked with Vanna, he knew he wanted Iris. No, you didn't. It wasn't after you talked. It's after you kept looking at Vanna. You knew that you didn't want to lay next to her every single night. Let's be honest, okay? Andrina and Brian talk. Which where the hell have they been at? And they on the line said they want to explore, and she says she's attracted to the other guys, and she said Pepe is. What did I just say? Pepe. Why did my fucking autocorrect, y'all? Pepe catches her eye, which I kind of saw at the beginning because I was like, okay, they both got that Spanish, thing going on. But Jeremiah, jumped in there really quickly, so her and Pepe really didn't get to do much. And then also, Pepe was still with Hannah at that time, if I'm correct. Unless he was going to drop Hannah to go with Andrina, which I wouldn't blame him if he did. We jump over to Huda and Chris talking. He says that he wasn't, he still likes Shelly. He wasn't shocked that Shelly picked Ace because he can just tell, and we could tell through the screen that Shelly still had this strong connection with Ace and wasn't gonna leave him. And he also says that he wants to get to know Huda. And then Huda says something like, when her lease is up, she's moving to LA. I hope you ain't doing that to go follow Jeremiah. Because why out of LA of all things? Because I don't know how long she's been living, because she lives in Raleigh, North Carolina. I don't know how long you've been living down here, sis. But now all of a sudden you're on a Love Island, but okay, I gotta go to LA. It's like, sweetheart, I want to hope that you're going down there just for you, and because of more ventures, but I hope you're not moving down there to chase after a man. Just saying. And he says that also he's not bothered with her being a mom, which is really nice, because like I said, you got a lot of men who is very skeptical of dating a woman in her early 20s that has children. But I like that he did say that. And Austin and Jaden talk. I really don't care. They kissed, and why were they kissing so hard? And then Austin said something along the lines of, "Oh, he's excited to wake up every day now." I said, "Yeah, because you got your Caucasian woman. Like, we know why you're excited. We know." So it's bedtime. Shelly, I'm not, like, a lot of stuff happened, but I'm really not gonna dissect it. It's on a couple of things. Shelly says that is telling the girls that she still wants to explore Chris. And then how they do. First of all, that room is so fucking big. It's too many people in this villa. There are 20 people, 10 couples. That room was big as the hell. Like, I can't stay. Like, I can't stay on do a show like this. I need my own personal chambers. I can't sleep in a room with 19 other people. I can't do it. I cannot do it, especially with people fucking. And let's go ahead and get into that. So they do the little nighttime cams of who's doing what. Everybody is just cuddling, and then we got Andrina and Brian making out. Iris and TJ are making out. So then we see Sierra and Nick. We just see the covers right over them, and we see a leg just moving, and the covers are moving. And I was like, and mind you, Elon is, because he's a single, so he's sitting in the little trundle bed. He is literally in the bed right across from Nick and Sierra's bed. I was like, the mess, like, and man, that was a mess. It was so funny. I was like, hold up, is Elon like right there while they're having sex? I was like, oh my god, can he hear? But apparently he said he couldn't. So it's the next morning. Amaya, she wakes everybody up. She has the most amazing energy. Love Amaya so much. And Elon says, he had an eye mask and earplugs because he knew something was going down in the bed between him and Brian. It was Sierra and Nick fucking each other. So Nick brings Sierra breakfast. He cuts a C into the pancake because Sierra had told Nick that Elon did that for her. And Elon brings Sierra breakfast too. And he cuts a C into the pancake too. I was like, what the hell is going on? That was so fucking funny. I wish I wish Nick was in the room while he did that, because I want to see his fucking reaction after that. And then Ace is also asking Taylor if he's having any second thoughts about his decision. Taylor says no, he has no second thoughts. He likes that he picked Clark. We jump over to the people just having a little talk and banter before what happens for the night. Shelly is staring at Chris, and honey, I don't blame you, because I'll be staring at that man too. He's so damn fine. Ooh, Chris is fine. Ooh, I just need him to lift me up. Whew. Sorry, off subject. So then, and then also Alandria asks Sierra if she still wants to explore Elon, and then Sierra says, she is open to, because her and Nick have not closed things off yet, and she says that she likes the sweet gestures that Elon is doing to her, and that's why I said, like, I don't understand how you're not closed off yet. Y'all don't fuck 2-3 times now, but having SCX doesn't mean y'all can be closed off, because Hannah and Pepe had sex and they weren't closed off, I don't believe, because Pepe was open to talking to other people, and so was Hannah. But anyway, so then Alandria says that the feelings, they're asking her about Taylor. She says the feelings are still there. She wants to be childish and do petty stuff, but she doesn't want, that's not in her character. She wants to save face, which I like that, Alandria, because good and damn well if this was Huda, she would have done that. The Three Stooges, they're talking, which, by the way, they called themselves the Three Stooges. Did I not coin that? I've been calling them the Three Stooges for the last 2 weeks, and all of a sudden they calling themselves that. Like, where is my damn credit? Like, all the stuff I be saying becoming true. Like, this is crazy. But yeah, so the Three Stooges, if y'all didn't know, is Ace, Nick, and Taylor. Taylor says he woke up happy, so I'm like, so the last 3 weeks you were waking up mad? Okay. He says that he's Lord Jesus. Taylor says he would like to explore Alandria. I don't know how much exploring you got to do. You had 3 weeks to do this, sir. Like, what? What do you mean explore Alandria? You've been with her for 3 weeks straight. What are you talking about? Yeah, so then they asked, yeah, but Taylor, you just blew me right there. Like, dude, like, I don't know if you just talking out your ass or you just stupid. I don't know which one it is, but this ain't making no sense. So then they turn their attention over to Nick. Nick says that he's not worried about Elon being, why I keep calling him that? Elon being there. And then Elon is talking to, I think he's talking to Chris, and he says it's hard to watch Sierra and Nick together, but he still wants to explore Sierra. I was like, ooh. I was kind of worried. I didn't think he was gonna still try to explore Sierra, seeing like how last episode how she reacted when she thought he was gone, and then when he came back, how she embraced him. I was like, is he still gonna try to pursue something with her? I kept saying, nah, he not, but I was wrong. He still wants her. He wants that Sierra, and I don't blame it. I don't blame it at all. And then Chris says, well, I say that. Sorry, A says that he's not bothered by Chris being there, and I'm like, yes, you are. Like, you are bothered that this 6'8" fine chocolate strong man is in here, is going after Shelly, and you're 4'9". You don't hold no weight to him, Ace, at all. Like, he literally will step on your little ass. And Chris says that he's still gonna pursue Shelly. I want you to do your thing, Chris. Do your thing. So then we jump over to a little messy part of this episode where Sierra and Iris are talking. Sierra's asking Iris, did you hear me? And she said she did hear them having sex. And Sierra says that it was longer this time. I was like, oh, okay. And then she says something like, they're talking in code. I'm like, this is peacocking. Y'all say the F word, and y'all say the S word. Y'all say the P word. Y'all say everything, but y'all have to, like, I don't know if the producers told Sierra to say this or she just did it on her own because she didn't want to be too graphic. But she says while her and Nick were doing the horizontal polka, that they stopped for food along the way. And I was confused. I was like, what is she talking about? Then Iris said, you guys had hot dogs and hamburgers. I was like, oh, they went down on each other. I'm so stupid because I've never described it that way. So I was like, what she mean they stopped for food? I was like, did y'all get up in the middle of the night, had a midnight snack? Is that what y'all talking about? But nope, she said that it ended off in a waterfall. I was like, oh my God, I gotta see the OnlyFans video. Like, dead ass. But then Nick, it jumps over to Nick, and he says it was the best 40 seconds. I said, 40 seconds? Are you kidding me? Like, Nick, like, why are you coming so fast? 40 seconds, it added on 15 more seconds from the last time, but still, Nick, that's terrible. But I don't know, like, I could be wrong. Someone correct me in the comments. I don't know if Nick is coming so fast, is finishing so fast because he's in a room full of people, and it's going to be weird for them to have SCX for a very long time. I don't know. I feel like if they were just by themselves, he would last longer, because if y'all remember, Nick had like one of the highest body counts, and I kept saying I don't see like him having so much of a high body count and him finishing so quickly. But maybe I could be wrong, but I think the reason why it's not lasting really really long is because they're in a big room, and there's 18 other people in the room. But that could be the thing. But it's like, Nick, like, this whole less than a minute shit is killing me. Like, it's killing me. But Sierra, if she likes it, shit, I love it. I don't know. And they said that it's Sierra is saying how it's weird seeing Taylor be affectionate with someone other than Alandria. When has Taylor been affectionate with Alandria? I just need to know that. Unless they must be cutting something out, because I like the stuff that Taylor is doing with Clark. We ain't never see him do that with Alandria. So I don't know what y'all are talking about. Then Sierra tells Iris that Alandria, explored Nick when they were coupled up, and she also tells him about the kiss. Iris is like, they kissed? And she said, and Iris says, is it not weird? You don't feel weird about that? Like, she's supposed to be your best friend. Like, first off, they're not no best friends. Let's just be honest right there. She says, your best friend kisses your man after you had sex with them? Like, oh my God. Then the way Iris is breaking it down, it's like it's kind of making Alandria look bad, like, which I knew this was gonna happen. Like, I said it's gonna make Alandria really look bad. But I don't know if Sierra told Iris, unless they cut it out, that they told him, yeah, we kissed, but there was nothing romantic between there. Unless Iris just only heard, oh, they kissed. Like, that's shady as hell, which outside looking in, it is very, very shady. But then it's like the way Iris just kept going and kept like getting in Sierra's head. She said, would you kiss your best friend's man? And would you do? But the difference is, Iris, sweetheart, this is Love Island. This is not the real world. Now, if this happened in the real world, yeah, Sierra need to feel some type of way. Now she got Sierra thinking some things. I was like, oh shit, it's not good when a woman thinks. Sierra is thinking like, well, yeah, it is kind of weird that if he kissed my friend and everything like that. And again, what she said, oh yeah, Iris said, she said, I would never, she said, I with emphasis. She said, I would never kiss my friend's men after they had sex. And then the conversation just ended right there. I wonder if that's going to come up at some point, or if they're going to throw that in at movie night and see if Alandra, and try to get Alandra mad at Iris. I don't know. It's just that the way Iris explained this, like she was like, but I think Iris, like she was thinking like, okay, you and Alandra are close. Like, why would she be kissing your man? Like, again, that is weird. That is weird. But I feel like, because I think they had said this last episode, Alandra, when she was talking about the kiss with Nick, she said, we were coupled up and we were supposed to explore. We wanted to see if something was there, and we found out nothing was there, and they stopped it right there. So that's why I feel like in Alandra's mind, that's what she's thinking, but that's not how people from the outside looking in is going to think that way. So I understand why Iris had, her concerns about it and everything like that. But Iris, calm your ass down, okay? So then we have Chris and Shelly are talking. Wait, Chris and Shelly? Oh yeah, Chris and Shelly talking. He tells her he ain't going nowhere. I said, put your foot down, Chris. And he says that he's got to he said he's got to step it up because he really likes her. Then we jump over to Ace and Taylor talking. They're in the sauna somewhere, which we have not seen that sauna in a while. I said, where did that come from? And Ace is saying that even though he had an interest in Coco, which I really wish Coco was still here. I miss her so much. He felt what him and Shelly had was stronger, which I definitely believe. He's and he's mad that Shelly is still wanting to explore Chris, but he doesn't want to try to close it off just because another guy is here. And then Ace says that was really lit a fire underneath him, and he says he don't lose. He hates losing. I don't like losing. Ace is really playing this shit like a fucking gala. I think at this moment that's that little man syndrome coming out. I could be wrong, but that's what it's looking like to me. So then we have Andrina and Alandra talking. She just says she wants to be with Pepe. Who cares? Shelly and Ace are talking. And he's like, they're talking about the doc. You can tell that this whole like Shelly saying that she wants to explore Chris is really getting to him, and I love every second of it. She says that he asked her if she regrets her decision by picking him, and she says, of course not. But there is something there with Chris because when she was in Casa, Chris had her feeling some things. She also says that her and Ace aren't closed off, which again, I don't understand how y'all are not. Y'all need to go ahead and lock that down. But you know what, Shelly, it's Chris, honey. I don't blame you. And she also, talks about, how if they would take this out in the real world, her and Ace, and with his busy schedule. And then he says, which I think he was saying this to make sure, because he knew this was going to really get her. That's how you know he's a player. He says that outside the villa, Shelly would be his number one priority. Number one. I don't know how much of a promise you can make that, Ace. I'm just saying, but that really got to Shelly, and I was like, he knew exactly what he was doing. So we jump back and we get Ace and Chris talking. I was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Now, when they was walking next to each other, the way Chris towers over Ace, I know Ace is scared. Like, I feel like deep down inside Ace is bothered, but he don't want to show that he's like, he doesn't want to be showing that he's bothered. He ain't trying to be like Nick, how Nick is. He's really showing he's trying to be strong, but deep down inside, it's killing him that Chris is walking around this villa. Chris says, basically saying he doesn't want, this whole thing between him and Ace, being awkward, like walking on eggshells. He tells Ace that, he really does like Shelly, and only thing I'm asking her is just to keep it real with me. If you know that your connection with Ace is really stronger than ours, just tell me that. And then Chris says, he's not the jealous type. He'll understand because Ace and Shelly have been there since day one. And he hasn't. He just got there 4 days ago. And Ace basically, and they ended off saying that they have no issues with one another. And I think Ace is only doing that because he don't want that smoke with Chris, because Chris literally will step on him with his size 15 shoe. Just saying. Then boom, y'all, we get ready for the night scene. Amaya gets a text. We find out we're getting the heart rate challenge, which I was so ready for this challenge because I loved it last season. Then we get Nick and Sierra talking, and then they jump over to Elon and Alandra talking. Nick says, oh my God. He says that if she does some crazy stuff with Elon, he's going to crash out. I mean, she did it, Nick, but we didn't see it unless the crash out is coming in the next few episodes. But yeah, he said that he's going to crash out if she does some crazy shit with Elon. And then Sierra says, well, I'm not really crazy about you kissing other girls. I think she just did that because she needed something to rebut with. Because, like, you got to understand, these challenges, some kind of kissing is going to go on. Like, just saying, right? Then Nick basically says, that he won't kiss anyone. And then Sierra says that she won't go crazy on Elon. So they came to some kind of understanding. Oh, and meanwhile, while we have Elon, him and Alandra, I don't know what they was doing. I think they was trying to prepare for their little skit, but it was really cute. I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of cute. So then we finally get the heart rate challenge. Like the whole setup was really nice. I loved it so much. It gave me like Dungeons and Dragons kind of, not Dungeons and Dragons. It gave me like a dungeon, and not the dungeon that Candy supposedly had. That's what it gave me. So again, every couple went. It was really, really long. It was too much people in this goddamn villa. So I'm gonna touch on every couple, but I'm not gonna touch on every single thing they did, just the really highlights. Iris and TJ come out first, and I forgot what they were. I forgot what Iris and TJ were dressed as. Honestly, I don't remember what none of them was dressed as, and I didn't write it down because I really don't care. I just know is that they pulled Nick and Sierra, and they like go to town on them on the ground. And I said, why is Nick dressed like Steve from Blue's Clues with this with that striped green, like sit down in the thinking chair, think. I decided to put that out there. But yeah, not much really from Iris and TJ. Amaya and Zach come out. I said Amaya, she had these really cute one-liners. She said, "Hi, baby. What's the best thing that I can do for you?" She said, "Does this turn you on?" I was like, she sounds like a little girl. And I think that's what's kind of weird about it, because she has a soft little girl voice. And it's kind of weird seeing it in like a seductive way. And Amaya, and then she ended up kissing Sierra, full on making out with her. This was the one of most people who kissed Sierra. I think after that, everybody just started going for Sierra. That's what it seemed like. We have Andrina and Brian. Nothing much really happened with them. I just said she went straight for Pepe. Like, she really wants that man. She wants Pepe's Pepe. Dead ass. Austin and Jaden come out. I really didn't care, but all I said was, I gotta say this, the highlight from that was Jaden kissed on Sierra, another person who was kissing all on Sierra, and she says that Sierra is a better kissing than Nick. I was like, oh, don't let Nick hear that. Ace and Shelly come out. Ace is dressed like Tarzan. I remember that because he was like that in his little area. That shit was really tight and it was little. I was like, Ace, what you got going on down there? Shelly went all in on Chris. I mean, like all it, like jumped on him, and he was picking her up and everything. And then also Shelly, like she is, I don't know if I think she's giving Nick like a little lap dances. She acts like she's about to go and kiss Nick, but then she scoots over and kisses Sierra. So we got another Sierra and Shelly kiss. We ain't had that in like 2 weeks, bitch. And again, another person kissing all on Sierra, and it's like Nick is just mad that he wasn't getting none. That's basically what it was. Shelly, then she ain't stopped there. She went right back over to Chris. I was like, do your thing, sis, do your thing. Then all of a sudden, I was shocked as hell. Ace makes out with Amaya, and then she's like, what about those boundaries? Like, yeah, Ace, what about them boundaries? Because before we saying, you throw them boundaries in the trash, okay? Shelly and Ace pulls Amaya, and they three-way kiss like they having a damn threesome. And it shocked me because it seems like to me, or maybe I could be tripping, it seems like to me that Ace really does not like Amaya, and you can tell that he like wants her out of the villa. But again, that still could be the case, unless he was just doing this just because it was a challenge. But then when the challenge is over, he's like, okay, back to playing the game. We need you out of this house, bitch. But I really liked it. It was really interesting. And also when she was done, like, Amaya, what happened to your shoes, sis? Like, she literally was out of her shoes. Like she must have felt that shit in her toes, like for real, for real. Then we have, ooh, shit. We got Huda and Chris. Now, this is where it starts to get sticky. Now, Chris, Chris had went up and kissed Sierra. Like, when I tell you, he lifted her up, like, with such ease. Dang, I need that to be me. And also, Huda did this stripper move on Chris. Like, Huda, they said that Huda used to be a stripper, and I'm definitely believing it now. Like, all these moves are stripper moves. Like, when I go to Atlanta, I always go to Magic City, and I've seen them moves multiple times. I don't know where in North Carolina Huda was stripping at, but I ain't never ran into her before. But do your thing, Huda. Huda, say what you want. She did her shit, okay? Huda, she got the sex appeal. She got it down, and she got it down bad. Then we have all of a sudden, Chris pulls Shelly and Huda pulls Ace. Now, I feel like this is a lot of discord that's going on Twitter and TikTok. I feel like they definitely had to cut some shit out because they both are just doing their thing. But we got Huda. She is literally hardcore dry humping Ace, like to the point where they're damn near fucking. Then if you guys caught it, when Shelly and Chris got up, Huda like turned around and did something, and everybody's face was like, whoa, like what is going on? Jumps over to Shelly in her confessional, and she is very, very upset. And then that's why I said you can tell that something was cut, because it's like Huda like like looked like she's about to like, do a 69 on Ace, and then all of a sudden she gets up. Something definitely was cut out, and I don't know if they did this to try to make Huda look like an angel and think that Shelly is overreacting, but that would be the case. But the fact that almost everybody in that villa was saying that was too far, something was cut out. And Shelly is really upset. And then she goes and sits down and she's still mad. Like, I think Shelly's one of those girls where she can't fake if she's upset, she can't fake it. And then Huda and Ace are talking about something. It's just a challenge. It's just a challenge. And then you got people saying, no, that was not a challenge. That was something else. And I really need to see what all happened, because we can't see it. Because we can't see the whole thing. It's like, okay, I want to believe what everybody's saying, that it was too much. But the fact that we didn't see it, that means it must have been that bad that they didn't want to show it. And then all of a sudden, Shelly is just pissed, right? Huda tries to console her and she says, no, I'll talk to you later. And you can just see the tension in the room. Now, us watching it is a different thing, but I just can imagine being there in the moment, and you can tell that there was tension between Huda and Shelly. But this stirred up some shit that we're gonna talk about later on. And hopefully it carries out throughout this week, because I need the drama. Pepe and Grayson, I said they were all right. I just noticed at the end of that, Nick is mad that none of the girls are kissing on him and they're skipping him. They said, well, they're kissing Sierra. And he's like, I don't think Nick is necessarily mad that no girls was kissing him. I think he's just mad because Sierra is getting so much play and people are forgetting about him. It's not that he's just not mad about the kiss. He's just mad that Sierra's getting some and he ain't. That's basically what's going on. So speaking of Sierra and Nick, they go, and when I tell y'all, Sierra and Nick are the most freakiest people in that villa by far. So they come out. Now, I didn't remember what they had on. They looked like he looked like he was Woody from Toy Story, and she could have been Jessie, but she was in all pink. She gave me when Barbie was in the Barbie movie, when she had all the pink on and she was a little cowgirl. So it gave Woody and Barbie in the cowgirl outfit. I did say, well, if Nick didn't, like, he was respectful. He said he wasn't gonna kiss anybody, and he didn't kiss nobody, but he started sucking on Alandra's feet. Now listen, I'm not a feet person at the fuck all. I'm not. I'm like, no. But then all of a sudden, but they are doing their thing with everybody. They end up grabbing Shelly. They three-way kiss. Oh, and I think I skipped over. They grabbed Iris too. When I tell you that Nick was at the bottom and Sierra was at the top of Iris, and then they switched and went over, I was like, oh yeah. And I think they even said that Iris is their dream throuple. I was like, I can tell. And then this is when they grabbed Shelly and started doing almost the same thing on Shelly. I was like, they did their motherfucking thing. I said, that's probably why they match each other's freaks so well. And I understand, like, shoot, I just need to see the video. Can I please see a video, please? And then they ended off with Sierra. She literally cartwheels and does a split right on Nick's you know what, and starts bouncing on top of it. I was like, damn, I need them to give me the uncut version of that, please, because I got to see the whole thing, because they were some freak nasty frogs, and I was here for all of it. They did their thing. Like, shout out to them. Shout out to my girl Cece. Then we have Alandria and Elon. Now, Alandra, she does go and grab Taylor. I was like, oh my God, are you serious? But she just said she wanted to fuck Taylor's head up a little bit to see what he could have been having if he stayed with her. It's like, Alandra, I don't even think that is going to want Taylor to come back. I honestly don't think so. And then Elon, oh shit, grabs Sierra, turns straight to Nick and says, it's your turn to watch. Because y'all remember last time when they had that little passionate challenge, Sierra and Elon, well, mainly Sierra, she was going at it, and I said, dang, if Nick was there, he probably would have been mad about that. So right when he said it's your turn to watch to Nick was mad. Like, he's in his confessional and he is really, really mad. He says he says Elon's trying to be funny and I just don't fuck with him. I was like, oh damn it, Nick. And then oh yeah, and Clark is also bothered when Alandra got Taylor, but she understands it's a challenge. Then I end that one off with Nick is very mad. Like, you saw it on his face. He was very mad after what Elon did. And it's actually kind of funny seeing Nick sweat a little bit, because I said this in my previous videos. I don't like that Nick wants to go off and do what he wants to do, like kissing off on people, like doing the most in challenges. But the minute that someone does it to Sierra, he becomes very territorial. I don't like that one bit. I don't like it. So then we get Taylor and Clark. They're the last people. I was like, thank God, it's too many people. It's too many people. Taylor goes for Alandra because, she just gave it back to her because she gave it to him in the last one. Then Clark, she sits on Nick's lap. She says, I'm going to sit on your lap, but I want to kiss Sierra. Another person that's kissing Sierra. Like, damn, Sierra, she got so much play tonight. I love that for her. I love it. And then she like starts tonguing down Sierra while sitting on Nick's lap. I was like, God damn. And then Sierra said she loved it and she wanted seconds. Clark, she is beautiful. Like, F what y'all say, all y'all that don't like Clark, y'all can kiss my ass. I like her. I really like her. And then also they ended off with grabbing Austin and Jalen. Like, Clark, why the fuck are you kissing Austin? Why? So then that's the end of everybody, right? So TJ gets a text and he reads off all of the girls' heart rate, because whoever had the highest heart rate, and whichever person gave each person the highest heart rate wins. So did I explain that right? So let's just say, for example, if Shelly raised the highest heart rate for more people, for more of the guys, then she would have won, basically. So Iris had the highest heart rate for Nick. Amaya had the highest heart rate for Pepe. Andrina had it for Pepe. Jaden, Nick, Shelly, Chris, Huda, Elon, Grayson, Nick, Sierra, Elon. I was like, ooh, Nick ain't gonna like that. Alandria was Chris, and Clark was Ace. Then Clark gets a text, which they are so messy. I know why they had Clark reading this. So she reads off who the guys' highest heart rate. So TJ was Grayson, Zach was Sierra, Brian was Sierra, Austin was Amaya. Which Austin? What you saying you don't like Amaya? Why your heart rate up her? Chris was Shelly. I was like, oop. Nick was Iris. Elon was Sierra, of course. Taylor was Alondria when they had Clark read that out. I said, y'all so messy. And then Ace was Huda, and that started some shit, okay? And then Austin gets a text that Sierra and Nick are the winners. I mean, duh, like the freakiest people in that motherfucker. Like, duh, it didn't surprise me that they won. So then after the challenge, this is the last scenes of the night. We have Huda, Amaya, and Andrina talking, and she's telling them how Shelly was mad at her about the challenge. Then it jumps over to Shelly, Alandra, and Sierra, and Iris are talking, and then Shelly said, am I tripping or am I not? And basically they all agree with her and tell her that she's not tripping, like it was too far. Shelly says that there is a level of respect, especially since Huda was how she was with Jeremiah. Basically saying how, how it is basically how, none of the girls wanted to pick Jeremiah when it came to like kissing challenges or being like very touchy and very lovey-dovey and everything like that, because they knew Huda was gonna have a problem with it. And then if it came to a point where someone had to be very physical with Jeremiah, they had the boundaries and didn't go too far with him. And then she says that she was expecting that level of respect when it came to Huda. So then what happened? Oh yeah, and they also, so basically Alandra, Iris, and Sierra are telling her that she's not wrong for being upset. And Shelly says, yeah, that's what she said, that Shelly says that Huda always says she's doing it for her friends, she's doing it for her friends, but in the long run, you're really doing it for yourself. And then Huda says that she doesn't want Shelly to be mad at her. She says that she wants to talk to her and she doesn't want her to go to sleep mad. Then we have Andrina. She goes over to the group and tells them, about her talk with Huda. And then she basically explained the same thing. Shelly says that, when Huda had her connection with Jeremiah, she always would come to us after the challenges and tell us how, oh my God, I love you guys so much for not taking it too far and having respect for me, da 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 da. So I respect it in return. So when you don't do it in return, I feel some kind of way about that. And she honestly is definitely right. She is definitely right to feel some kind of way, because I can see if this was like one or two people saying it, but if damn near everybody, because the girl said that even the guy said that was too far. If damn near everybody is saying that Huda did the most, something is wrong, and she has not the right to feel that way. On the other side, I can see why people are trying to side with Huda, because yes, it is a challenge, but it's like there's certain levels, especially when it comes to somebody who is your friend. So I understand that one. And then Shelly says that maybe Huda isn't the friend she was isn't the friend for her. I don't think she ever really was the friend for you, Shelly. I don't understand why, after y'all saw how the way she acts, I don't understand why y'all even wanted to be friends with her in the first place. But yeah, a lot of people are like trying to come for Shelly and all this kind of stuff. It's like I'm getting sick and tired of y'all Huda fans. Every time Huda does something, you guys want to keep making excuses for this bitch. Like, like I said, if everybody's saying it was too much, it's too much. It's like y'all always, every time, like, y'all try to victimize her to make it seem like she's not doing something wrong. Like, if this is, I guess, if this is not the first time, this is not the first time, the second time, third time, or fourth time she's done all this, and people's had the same opinion about her. So she's obviously doing something in there that's making them feel some kind of way. So y'all gotta stop making excuses for her. And then it ends off with, Huda crying and saying that she's fucked up. So we didn't get a preview for tomorrow, which I'm fucking mad, but I need to see that first look, because if Shelly and Huda are starting to go off, this is the drama I'm looking for. Damn right. So yeah, so we're gonna see how this plays out. Again, I'm more so on Shelly's side. I can see, Huda saying it's a challenge and all this other kind of stuff, but you got to remember, Huda, when Jeremiah was doing this other kind of stuff and they were telling you it was a challenge, you didn't want to hear that shit. So you're a hypocrite. So yeah, all you Huda fans, y'all can go on somewhere. And like I said, y'all need to stop making excuses for this woman. Okay, please stop doing that. But yeah, y'all, that's all I got for you guys for this episode. The episode was really fun. I really, really did like it, y'all. Am enjoying it. I feel like the seasons now is going to start picking up. It typically does after Casa more, but just with this season, Casa was so terrible that they were starting to lose me. But of course, I'm still going to watch it. But yeah, y'all, before I get up out of here, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay, again, I'm going to be here all season long, so turn on the post notifications if you guys want to be aware when I drop a video. That's all I got for you guys this episode, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.